Have you ever gone back to play an old game and thought, man, this still hits different? There's a reason for that, and it's not just nostalgia goggles. Old games were born from limitations. Developers didn't have access to cutting-edge engines or photorealistic graphics. They had a few megabytes of storage and a dream. So instead of padding the game with filler, they poured creativity into every pixel and every sound effect. Super Mario 64 didn't need 4K textures. It needed perfect movement. Resident Evil didn't rely on gore. It built tension with fixed cameras, slow pacing, and mystery. Silent Hill didn't just scare you. It made you feel lost, uncomfortable, and curious. Meanwhile, today's games are bigger, but not necessarily better. Open worlds are massive, but filled with side quests, crafting systems, and endless checklists. You're not exploring a world anymore, you're clearing an app notification. Back then, games were weirdly personal. Developers snuck in secrets, cheat codes, and jokes in the code. They talked directly to you, the player. Konami codes, debug rooms, hidden dev messages. It all felt like a secret handshake between you and the people who made it. But now, everything has to grab your attention instantly. Games are designed for the TikTok generation. Flashing rewards, daily logins, FOMO-driven events. You're not playing for fun anymore, you're grinding for dopamine. And that's where the soul started to fade, because old games were made by people who wanted to make art. New games are made by companies that want to make money. Don't get me wrong, there are still developers out there putting heart into their work. But they're often buried under corporate expectations, quarterly targets, and engagement metrics. The funny part? Those limitations, the tiny storage, low poly models, limited sound channels, forced devs to be inventive. They used their imagination, and yours. When you saw a blurry texture, your brain filled in the rest. When the soundtrack looped, it became iconic because you heard it 10,000 times. Games like Shadow of the Colossus didn't need dialogue to tell a story. Half-Life 2 didn't need cutscenes to build immersion. Chrono Trigger made you feel emotions using 16-bit sprites. And that's why playing an old game still feels alive. They were handcrafted, not algorithmically optimized. You weren't just another user. You were part of a shared culture, discovering secrets together. Today's gaming world might be more advanced, but it's also more mechanical. Battle passes, DLCs, updates. It's all designed to keep you inside the system. But the beauty of retro games is their honesty. They were simple, flawed, and full of heart. And ironically, that's why they age better. They didn't chase trends. They built the foundation of gaming itself. So next time you boot up an old favorite, remember, it's not nostalgia. It's craftsmanship. A product of creative constraint, passion, and risk-taking. Something the algorithm can't recreate. And that's why old games hit different.